This week we are going to be talking about profit. We're still going to be talking about money and expenses like we did last week, except this week we're only focusing on profit. Now, profit is something that you're going to be learning about for the rest of your life because this isn't a real world situation. Profit is anytime somebody has a business, whether it's a restaurant, it's a clothing store, a grocery store, in order for them to make money and to stay in business, they have to earn a profit. So the definition of a profit here in the gray is the official definition, which is a financial gain, especially the difference is a key word, the difference between the amount that they earned and the amount that they spent in buying, operating, or producing something. So in an easier term here down here in the green, it's when you buy something, but then you resell it for more money, you've made a profit. And this is how businesses work. Here's just a very simple example, just to get your brain working. You buy a pair of shoes for $10. Maybe they were just a little dirty, they needed some cleaning up. So you get a rag and some water and you clean them up, fix them up, and then you resell them to somebody for $30. So you only spent $10 on the shoes, but you sold them for $30. You sold them for more than you spent. So when you do that, you subtract because you are finding the difference between the amount you spent and the amount that you earned from the resale and the original cost. So when you subtract 30 from 10, your profit's $20. So that is a financial gain to you. That's income to you. We are going to be working through word problems using a strip diagram, and this is going to help you on your practice quiz that you take after this. So this word problem says, Sandy spent $18.37 on beads and cords to make necklaces. The money she received from the sale of necklaces was $35.50. What was Sandy's profit? So just like we do in class when we do the solve method, let's start with a basic question. What is the question being asked in this problem? What question are you solving for? What was Sandy's profit? That's the question. Now, what is the item being sold? What is Sandy selling to make a profit? Necklaces. So Sandy is selling necklaces. Well, first she's making necklaces, then she's selling necklaces, and I have to figure out what is her profit. And the way we are going to answer this question of what was Sandy's profit, we are going to be using a strip diagram. Now, everything is going to be color-coded. So as you can see, I have highlighted the question in green, what was Sandy's profit? And that is down here in this box, the profit. Now, because that is the question that we are going to have to solve for, do I know the number to put into this part of profit? Do I know what number to put in there at the moment right now? Could I plug a number into my profit? If you said no, you are correct. We have to put a question mark because we don't know that. And the question being asked ends with a question mark because you as the student, you have to solve for that. So we're going to put a question mark under profit because we don't know that information. I may know other information, but I don't know the profit. Let's answer this question. How much did Sandy spend on supplies? So let's go back to the word problem. How much did Sandy spend on her supplies for the necklaces? Because remember, that's what she's making. Do you know how much she spent on supplies? If you said she spent $18.37, then you are correct. Now, where do you think I'm going to put that information in my strip diagram? I know she spent $18.37. Do you know where we would plug that information on the strip diagram? If you said under expenses, then you are correct. So we now know I don't know the profit because that's the question being asked, but I do know how much her expenses were. I know how much she had to spend for her material for her necklaces. Okay, next question. How much did Sandy receive from selling the bracelets? Can you go back to the word problem and find that piece of information? How much did Sandy receive from selling the bracelets? If you said she received $35.50, then you are correct. Now, do you know where on the strip diagram I could plug that information in? If you set up at the top as your whole, then that is correct. That is the total amount of money that she received from selling those bracelets. So everything is color coded. We know that she earned $35.50 from selling those bracelets, but it only cost her $18.37 to make the bracelets. I want to figure out how much profit she made. She obviously made more money because she only spent $18.37, but she was given $35.50 for the bracelet. For the necklaces. So, what operation do you think I'm going to use if I am missing a part of my strip diagram? I know my whole and I know one of my parts, but I'm missing a part. Do you guys know what operation that is? If you said subtraction, then you are correct. So now we are able to solve for what was Sandy's profit. In order to figure that out, you have to take the whole, $35.50, and you have to subtract that from the expenses that she spent to make the bracelets. So you're going to take the amounts earned, subtract the amount that she spent, and you're going to end up finding the profit. Go ahead and pause this video and solve for your profit. All right, guys, what did you guys get for your profit? If you got $17.13, then you are correct. You have to take the amount that she earned and subtract the amount that she spent, and that is how you find profit. Get yourself familiar with this strip diagram because you will be using the same strip diagram in your practice quick check. Now, we're going to do another one. This one is a little bit more challenging, but it's the same concept. We're going to be using the same strip diagram, except if it being a one-step problem, we're just going to make it a two-step problem. Same strip diagram, same color coding, same process. We just had to add an extra step. So please make sure you have your pencil and paper, and we're going to do this next problem together. Matthew owns a t-shirt printing business. His expenses are $3.50 per shirt. Matthew sells each shirt for $12. He sold 95 shirts last month. How much total profit did Matthew make on t-shirts last month? And then we're going to explain our answer by using our strip diagram. Now, before you get confused and oh my gosh, there's numbers, there's too many, I don't know what to do, take a breather and ask yourself the first question you should always ask yourself. What is the question being asked? What question do you need to answer by the end of solving this problem? If you said how much total profit did Matthew make on t-shirts last month, then you are correct. That's the question being asked. Your question's always going to end with a question mark. That's what you need to find out. Now, are you going to solve that doing a one-step problem? in the last problem we did, but in this one it's not going to be so easy. So we might have some hidden questions in here. But before we get there, what is the item being sold? We know we need to find his profit, but what item is Matthew selling? T-shirts. So he is selling t-shirts and you need to figure out his profit. So we're going to be using the same strip diagram and the same color coding to find out how much did Matthew make selling his t-shirts. So using this strip diagram, because my question asks how much total profit did Matthew make on t-shirts last month, since I don't know that answer because it is the question being asked, you need to put your question mark where your profit is. We don't know how much profit he made. But if we can fill in our expenses and our total, how much he earned, then we will be able to solve for our profit. So this one's a little bit different. It says that he sold the t-shirt for more than he spent because up here it says the expenses were $3.50 per shirt, but he sells the shirt for $12. So he bought one shirt for $3.50, but he's going to sell that same shirt for $12. That's a profit, but we can't just jump straight to profit. I know how much he sold. Okay, so how many shirts did he sell, guys? Look at your word problem. How many shirts did he sell? Okay, 95 shirts. So that's my groups. He sold 95 shirts. And I know how much each shirt cost. How much did each shirt cost him? Not how much he sold it for, but how much it cost him. How much did each shirt cost? $3.50. So his expenses in the last word problem, they told us how much they spent. In this one, you have to solve for it. So in order to solve, I know how many groups, how many shirts, there were 95, and I know how much each shirt cost. It was $3.50. Now, if you're up for the challenge, go ahead and take your paper and pencil and multiply 95 times $3.50. This is a tricky question. We haven't really done this type of math in class. So if you do want to solve for that, go ahead and pause the video. If not, 95 times $3.50 equals $332.50. So that's how much Matthew spent on the shirts. That's how much he paid to get those 95 shirts. Now, we need to figure out how much money did he earn from the shirt. So he spent $332.50, but he didn't sell the shirts for $3.50. He sold them for $12. So again, you're going to take the number of shirts, which is 95. The shirts are still the same, 95. But instead of him receiving them for $3.50, he's selling them for $12. So go ahead and pause this video. Everybody should be able to do a 2x2 math problem. Take your pen and paper and you're going to do 95 times 12. So go ahead and pause the video and solve for that. So when you multiplied 95 times 12, you should have gotten $1,140. So you now know that when he sold all 95 of those shirts, he received $1,140. But he only spent $332.50 on those same 95 shirts. So he made way more money than he spent on those shirts. Guys, that is called profit. That is how businesses stay in business. They have to sell things for more than they spent on it. Well, guys, there's a simple equation on how to find that profit. Now that I know how much he earned, that's my whole, and I know that he only spent $332.50, what operation are we going to do to find the profit, guys? What are we going to do? If you said subtract, you are correct. Profit is finding the difference. So you do need to subtract. Now, do you guys know what two numbers we are going to be subtracting from each other? If you said we're going to take $332 and subtract that from 1,140, you are correct. And you always have to make sure the bigger amount is listed first. Bigger numbers always go first in math problems. So go ahead and pause the video, take your pen and paper, and subtract to find your profit. All right, guys, when you guys subtracted that, what did you get as your answer? If you got $807.50, then you are correct. So that money that he earned, the money that he earned was 1,140. That's not much how much he profited because he did have to spend $332.50 to buy the shirts. So his profit is $807.50. Guys, you are now going to answer some questions on your Edpuzzle little quick check practice page. It is set up a little bit differently, but it is broken down the same way that these slides are as well. We also use the same strip diagrams. If you get to your little quiz practice and you're struggling, come back to this video and walk through these questions with me again to help refresh your memory. Good luck!